Have you ever felt the sting of a no? Whether it's from a job application, a creative project, or a personal relationship, rejection can feel like a judgment on our worth. On the flip side, have you ever struggled to say no yourself, only to end up overcommitted, resentful, and drained? These two challenges are two sides of the same coin, and managing them effectively is a master skill for a fulfilling life. Today, we're not diving into dense academic philosophy. Instead, we're borrowing some practical, road-tested tools from the Stoics, a group of ancient thinkers who were masters of resilience. They saw life as it was, not as they wished it to be, and developed a mental toolkit to navigate its challenges with calm and purpose. This 10-step guide will show you how to use their wisdom to both handle a no from others and to confidently deliver your own. 1. Know your yes, the foundation of every no. Before you can effectively say no or handle hearing it, you must be crystal clear on what you are saying yes to. What are your non-negotiable priorities right now? Is it your mental health, a specific career goal, or your family time? The Stoics called this living in accordance with your values. Write down your top 3 to 5 priorities. This list becomes your compass. When you have to reject an opportunity, you're not just saying no, you're saying yes to something on your list. When you get rejected, this list reminds you of the larger mission you're on, making the individual no feel much smaller. 2. The graceful rejection. How to say no with clarity. Saying no is a skill, and it can be done with respect and firmness. Avoid vague excuses or long, apologetic explanations, as they often invite more negotiation. A simple, effective Stoic-inspired formula is, acknowledge the request kindly. Thanks so much for thinking of me for this project. State your no clearly and concisely. Unfortunately, I won't be able to participate at this time. Optional. Briefly state the principle behind it, without over-explaining. My focus is currently on completing my existing commitments. This method respects the other person while honoring your own boundaries. You are rejecting the request, not the person. 3. The strategic pause, your moment of power. This is your universal tool for both sides of rejection. When someone tells you no, your immediate emotional reaction, the sting, the anger, the sadness, is not to be trusted. The Stoic practice is to create a space between the event and your response. Take a deep breath. Say, "Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate you getting back to me." Walk away. This pause prevents you from saying something you'll regret and gives you time to process. Similarly, when you feel pressured to say yes to something, use the pause. That sounds interesting. Let me review my schedule and get back to you tomorrow. This pause is where you regain control. 4. Depersonalize the no. It's information, not a verdict. Our brains are wired to experience rejection as a personal attack. A Stoic trains their mind to see it differently. A no is simply information. If a company rejects your application, the information is, this specific role at this specific time was not a match. That's it. It's not a verdict on your total worth as a human being. It's data. It might tell you to work on your resume, learn a new skill, or that the company culture wasn't right for you anyway. By treating rejection as data, you remove the emotional charge and can analyze it strategically. 5. Define your own scorecard, the inner verdict. If you let other people's approval be your measure of success, you will always be at the mercy of their moods, biases, and changing priorities. The Stoics championed the idea of an inner scorecard. Your success for the day isn't whether you got a yes, but whether you acted with integrity, put in an honest effort, and stayed true to your values. Did you prepare well for the interview? Did you send the proposal you were proud of? Did you say no to a distraction to honor your main goal? If so, you won the day, regardless of the external outcome. This makes you untouchable. 6. Focus on your next move. The bias toward action. Whether you've just been rejected or had to reject someone, Dwelling on the moment is a waste of energy. The past is outside of your control. The only question a Stoic asks is, what is my next right action? If you were rejected for a job, the next action is to apply for another one, or to analyze what you can improve. If you just said no to a project, the next action is to refocus that reclaimed time and energy on your priority. This constant focus on your own next move keeps you in a state of forward momentum. 7. Practice intentional detachment. Maintain your peace. After a rejection, given or received, the event is over. However, we often allow it to live on in our minds, replaying the conversation and generating resentment or guilt. The art of detachment is about letting the outcome go. You can be kind and professional with people without being emotionally entangled in their decisions or their reactions to your decisions. You did your part with integrity. Their response is theirs to own. This practice is crucial for protecting your inner peace, which is your most valuable resource. 8. Use the world as a training gym. Build your no muscle. You wouldn't lift a heavy weight without training first. Similarly, handling rejection gets easier with practice. Create low-stakes opportunities to build your rejection muscle. To handle no, ask for a small reasonable discount at a coffee shop. They might say no. Pitch a small low-risk idea at work. The goal isn't to get a yes, but to get comfortable with hearing no and realizing that you survive. To say no, practice saying no to unimportant things. Can you help me with this right now? Sorry, I can't. I'm in the middle of something, but I can in an hour. This builds the muscle for when the stakes are higher. 9. Curate your environment. Surround yourself with respect. You cannot control the whole world, but you can influence your immediate environment. Spend your time with people who respect your no and who support you when you receive a no. This doesn't mean finding people who always agree with you. It means finding people who understand boundaries and who value you for your character, not for your utility to them. A supportive environment acts as a buffer, making the stings of rejection from the outside world far more manageable. 10. Conduct a post-game review. Learn and let go. For any significant rejection, take 5 minutes to review it like a coach reviewing a game tape. If you were rejected, was my approach sound? Is there anything I can learn from the feedback or lack thereof? Okay, noted. If you rejected someone, was my decision aligned with my values? Was my delivery clear and respectful? Good. The key is to extract a lesson, and then, this is the most important part, let it go completely. The review is for learning, not for dwelling. This final step ensures you are always growing, always moving forward, and never held captive by a past no. Your turn to practice. We've just walked through a 10-step toolkit for navigating the world of no. But wisdom is only useful when it's put into practice. The journey of building resilience and confidence begins with a single, small step. So, I invite you to join the conversation. In the comments below, share which of these 10 steps resonates with you the most right now. Is it the idea of the strategic pause, step 3, or perhaps building your no muscle, step 8? Sharing your focus can be a powerful act of commitment. If you found this guide helpful, a simple like helps others who might be struggling with rejection find their way to these tools. And to continue exploring practical wisdom for modern challenges, consider subscribing to join our community of learners. Remember, every no, whether given or received, is an opportunity to practice, grow, and define your life on your own terms. Thank you for walking this path with me today.